it's real time. You can have shipped your goods and you're like, yeah, your goods are the port, and then the president just gives a press and says, oh, we are going to be checking what, and it affects your container, like it's held there for 2 weeks. So if you had recorded, then people are not going to get the real thing that is happening. I think in business you have to be very you have to be present. You have to watch business news, because anything that is said by RCS of trade affects you directly. Yes.
Okay. And what are some of your daily habits? Because you talked about, you know, consistency and people having the discipline to actually show up to class on time. What are you personally, your daily habits that make sure that you guys stay on top of the game?
So everyone has their own schedules. Remember, we have businesses we are running, but we don't have classes every day. We have class. If you have a class on Monday, we don't have a class on Tuesday. We have a class on Wednesday. So that maybe on Tuesday now we can run our own businesses. And then if we are having the class today, we sit down from morning, we prepare for the class. We know what are we handling today. Have we gather the assignments? We check it. We check the assignments they did. So it depends. If we have a class today, we now have to be together and handle the class. But on the other day, we are on our daily business activities. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so now you have to be very disciplined with time, and it's also a sacrifice. Remember, for as much as we are helping people to start their own businesses or to learn, it's also kind of work. It started as a hobby, but now it's work. Because you can imagine someone has just placed their 300,000 to a supplier that they don't know. You know how now people, you used to eat, you pay and you're okay, like 33 days. Yes. Hey, someone is telling you, oh, the one who gave me the money is asking why my goods are not coming. No, you're telling them, it's okay, just chat with your supplier. If they delivered, ask for. There are so many questions that come with you just being there as a trainer. You get to learn a lot of things. Then plus we were not trainers from school. You know, like you did other degrees and you completed. So what you have grown into is actually work. And you also have to learn every day, because before you were doing it as a hobby and you knew what you wanted to do. In your head you knew what it is, but now someone is asking from a point of not knowing, and they expect you to have an answer. So you also have to be very deliberate on learning the new trends and everything that is going on.
So you guys are also support systems to your clients. And also, when I asked you about, you know, your daily tips, I was expecting you to come with those empowering ones. I wake up at 6 crack of dawn. I check my stock, blah blah blah. There was none of that. It's just you being consistent in your business until you see something. And you've talked about your educational background and how you guys did different things. How did you start, like educational background up until the courses you decided to, you know, the career and the business you're now doing?
Well, it was a real transition for both of us, because for me I did tours and travel in school. You did?
I did procurement.
Procurement. Right now she's doing law. Right now I'm doing interior design. So I think it gets to a place in life where you just learn who you are, what you want, and what you want to achieve. So it's not all about what the government called you to do in school. It's now about you, what you want to do, and what you feel like you'll that will help you more than what you were doing before.
And do you think that is also a challenge, how the government decides where you're going to go to school?
Yes, it's a big challenge. Yes.
But the government decides according to your grade where you're going
to go.
And I feel like, I think with life, the more you grow, the more you get to understand things. I feel the changing point for me was COVID. The COVID period really taught me a lot. From you can be okay today and tomorrow you can breathe. And you realize, what have I been doing with my life? You know, when you're seated, I got COVID. My whole family got COVID, and we were in a room somewhere. And in that room, now you start asking yourself, am I doing what I love? Am I living my purpose? If I die today, what will happen? I think that really brought out a person that I didn't know I was. I was very disciplined, 8 to 5, 8 in the office, not thinking about anything. Now I started thinking outside the box. I need to, like, jobs can just go. Today you can wake up, receive a phone call, and the job is gone. Your colleague can be gone. So you start realizing, I think I have not been doing enough with my life. And that is what really even gave us the energy to even change careers. I feel like I'm in a whole different place from where I was, 6 years ago. And now even venturing into more serious things. I feel like I can do anything, you know, anything that pops in my mind right now, I will implement.
Pursue it.
Yes,
Okay.
without even thinking.
And as much as COVID was a horrible thing that happened to all of us, I have noticed that with a lot of stories, people had a reset and people found their creativity and what they wanted to pursue during COVID. So was this the birth of your business during the COVID era?
Me too. It was the birth of my business. Actually, I was doing tours as a business before. And you know what happened after COVID? Everything closed. Closed. So now you stay in the house. You're wondering, no, what do I do next? And then this when the idea of deco came in my mind, and I started doing it. And that's how J Smart was born. So it was a whole reset for me as well, and for her too. Yes.
And also your training program, how did you two come together to start this idea and then pursue it?
I actually started the shipping first. I started shipping before her. So, and then at some point after now what she has shared about the COVID, and she decided to do something else. That's when now she decided to venture into business, and she came to me and asked me, how do I go about this? I realized she didn't know anything. So I had to train her from scratch. So, and she picked up very well, and we started now doing it together. We started doing the shipping together, and then out of that, now that's when we received so many questions from people, people we know, people we don't know, and that's when we decided, now let's just do this. Yes.
That's interesting. Now, about your business,